Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Today we'll be reviewing the day three between India and England. India continuing their dominance on this game. England continuing their dominance on this game. India playing catch up and not doing a very good job of it. Musti, your thoughts on day three?
Yeah, man. Like, what you said, that's what I expect it to happen. Like, India dominate, but it's completely the opposite. Completely the opposite.
Yeah.
I honestly thought India would fight and try to take this match towards a draw. But England bowled really well. I think some poor shot selection from India, but the pitch is also behaving now. Like,
Yeah.
misbehaving.
Yeah.
So you just turn there. Even Jofra Archer, we saw him with his cutters. It's not an easy pitch now to bat on, and England in firm control right now. And Dom Bess, man, what a player,
Yeah.
what a bowler! Like, is give him a lot of confidence.
Yep.
This kind of innings, he picked up 4 huge wickets. I think Pujara, Rahane, Kohli, and Pant. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So yeah, absolutely, and but kind of just going back to the bowling in general, I think Jimmy Anderson not as effective as you'd expect. You've kind of come to see him, but at the same time, very economical as usual. Moving on to Jofra Archer, wow. Man, that guy! What is going on with him? It's just quite amazing. The way he's bowling three. I mean, he's a tad bit expensive, I guess, but
Mm.
not necessarily. 3.25 is not terrible, but the two important wickets, to like break up Rohit Sharma initially, of course, was the most important one, and then he backs it up with was it Gill, I think he was, right,
Yeah,
who he took again.
Shubman
Yeah,
Gill.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean some a poor shot selection by Gill, but at the same time, you have to take those wickets, and he did that. So
I
he's
think the
absolutely.
the over before or that over, he hit him on the hand. Archer, he hit Shubman Gill on the hand, and I think that probably started playing on Gill's
Yeah,
mind,
yeah,
and he didn't fully commit for that shot. And
that
very
shot.
poor, yeah, very poor shot selection because Gill looked amazing.
He
I
was.
thought 100 is on the cards. We always a few boundaries we get excited, but
Yeah,
this was he was batting really well, Shubman Gill, and look at his strike rate, right, run a
yeah,
ball. So
yeah.
I think that like that hit to the hand after that, it shook his. I wouldn't say it shook his confidence, but it's playing on his mind, and you could see that he didn't commit to that shot properly, and good catch from Anderson on mid on.
Yeah, absolutely. And then moving on, I was very impressed with the way India attacked Jack Leach because I thought that he was the spinner, the prime spinner in the team. I mean, Dom Bess was of course incredible, but I thought that prime spinner was Jack Leach, and I think the way they countered him, and you can see 5.5 economy, so they really didn't let him settle, which I thought was great. But I thought they showed a little bit more respect towards Dom Bess, which was what I didn't. I felt like it. I mean, of course, he was bowling very very well. He was bowling classic off spinners. It was the Virat Kohli wicket was a classic off spinner wicket, but I just felt like they could have attacked him similarly the way Punt was going after everyone almost. But I think they could have attacked him a little bit more. But I mean, yeah, credit to him, he bowled very well. But I thought that India had that plan set with Jack Leach. I thought that they struggled a little bit more against Dom Bess. Your thought?
Yeah, I think also if you look at it for Rishabh Pant, attacking the left arm spinner is a bit easier. That's why he went for that. And whenever Leach was trying to bowl in the rough,
Easier.
Pant countered that by skipping out and hitting it. Right, he wouldn't let him attack that rough. So it was I wouldn't say
Yeah.
I think it was a set plan from Pant because he knows that going against the spin. And how did Pant get out? Dombes against the spin, and they got caught, right, playing against
Yeah.
the spin. So
Getting out well,
I
yes.
think it was a conscious effort to attack
Yep.
Leach and and that's how he minimized the risk. It looked like Pant was playing a risky innings, but actually whatever he does is calculated. It's just that he has a very aggressive nature, so
Class.
it looks like risky, but he's very calculated. He's not as risky as you think he is. He doesn't go blindly, and he
Yeah.
was doing
Yeah.
that. But then, he has this trend in the 90s. He tries to get to 100 very quickly, and whoever's in front of him, whether it be Bess, Nathan Lyon, whoever it is, he goes for the shot. So that's how he
Yeah.
got out. But if you look at his innings throughout, he left the ball well against Dom Bess. He rotated the strike. I think Pant actually played Bess better than the likes of Kohli,
Yeah.
Rahane and stuff,
Yeah.
because he didn't, like you said, he didn't let them set in the rhythm. He was taking a single in here and there. He probably didn't hit him for boundaries, but he was taking the singles and everything. I think he handled Bess better. I think you're right. I think Virat Kohli let Bess settle into a rhythm, and like you can't do that. I'm not
Yeah.
saying you should hit him every ball, but at least work the singles and thing, because you're right. And then if you get into that shell on a Chennai pitch, it becomes difficult because you just need one ball to get you out, and that extra bounce to deceive Virat Kohli.
Absolutely, I agree with you. That's exactly what I was thinking as well. Like, I mean, he gave him too much respect. I mean, of course, you should respect the bowler on the other side, but just couple of shimmy down the track, and just get him thinking a little bit more, because I thought he'll get him. He allowed him to Virat allowed him to get into that line, so he was able to
Yeah.
bowl that line where he was coming into him, and an odd one just spun a little bit more, and then he got that outside edge. So I think that's what was important. But I mean, credit to Dom Bess. I thought he batted also well in the morning
Mm.
for a few runs, and then the wickets, of course, kept coming. So it was very good by Dom Bess. Talking a little bit about the Indian batting, we said Gill looked good before he got out.
Mm.
Unfortunately, Cheteshwar Pujara with a strike rate of 50, which is quite nice to see. I
He
mean,
is
another
outstanding.
incredible innings. I was just very upset with the way he got out.
That's so unlucky. He can't
It's
do
not,
much.
yeah, but it's not like him to do that. That's what I was upset about. It's not like him to go for that shot and come
But he was more
half-hearted with it.
aggressive yesterday.
100%.
He was more
100%.
aggressive, and I agree with you. Like maybe he doesn't play those shots. But to be very honest with you, if that shot goes for four, it puts a lot of pressure on England because that was Dom Best, right? Like, and he was their best bowler. So
Yeah.
I think it was a okay shot selection. It's just unlucky, man. What can you
Yeah,
say?
yeah. It's the thing is, usually you expect him to be more complete with the shots, and he was very haphazard with
Yeah,
that
you
shot.
could say
And
so. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, but he played another incredible innings, another very well made 73. Virat Kohli, we spoke about it. He just let Dombes get the better of him, unfortunately, and he was. Uh, I just felt like he was a little bit more conscious than I've seen him bat. That's probably just my opinion, but I just felt like he was uh, a little bit more conscious about what he was doing. Usually, he's more assertive about himself. I just felt like he was not his. Maybe it was just because he was coming back after a bit of a break, and he wanted to really, get into the thick of things, and it unfortunately didn't work out. But I think it's just a matter of a game or two for him. He always gets back in that prime form. Ajinkya, man, he just got a very good catch by Root. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just been Root's game. I
He
mean, what are you
can't do
gonna
anything
say?
wrong, man.
You can't
Unbelievable.
really, yeah.
But one thing I
And
would say is what you were talking about, the cautious approach and stuff. I think adding to that, also fatigue. I think 2 days in the field has drained these guys.
yeah, yeah,
You can see
yeah.
like
I
Rohit
agree
Sharma,
100%.
that was like a lapse in concentration. Shubman Gill lapse in concentration. Virat Kohli got a good ball, but you could see he wasn't moving like you said as he normally does.
Yeah.
Rahane unlucky, but you could see that the batsmen, yes, they're professional and everything
Yeah.
like that. But 2 days in Chennai.
190 overs in Chennai, you man, you it tires
Yeah.
anybody out. Even the best of the best, it
Yeah.
tires them out
And
for
then when
sure.
the wicket starts to do something, you're like, wow, like 2 days was so flat, and
Yeah.
suddenly it starts to think. But
It,
that's how the nature of the pitches. You
yeah.
knew that from before.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But right now, I think England are firm favorites, man.
Oh, 100%. Just want to touch up on Punt. Every time you see Punt wicket keep, you feel like why is he in the team, and every time you see him bat, you're like, this is why he's in the team. but
Yeah.
some shockers again with the in the wicket keeping department as well. But I mean, I just hope he learns from that, because his batting is next level. It's just amazing. So just hopefully he gets that wicket keeping slowly but surely, improves that, and I think he'll be a world class player for sure. Was she looking good for his small innings? He got dropped by Archer, but I thought for his 33, I thought he was looking good. And Ravi Ash also, I mean, 8 of 54, which is his typical, stay in around. And if you can continue to do that at day 4, you never know,
Yeah. Can the two
hopefully.
local heroes score 100 each? That'd be incredible.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, if the more they play, the bleaker it looks for an England win. I mean, it's now up to them to kind of just pull the game through as much as they possibly can. Maybe first target would be to get over that 20-30 run mark where they can avoid follow on, so they
Come
have
on.
to make England bat, so
Yeah.
maybe even for a little bit of time, but at least it gives them that little bit of time, little less to bat on day 5. And day 5 is not going to be an easy pitch to bat on, especially with Dom Bess starting to look really scary on this pitch. So
Yeah.
it's a matter of Sundar and Ashwin doing what they can do, and maybe pull off a Washi and Shardul kind of an innings. Who knows?
Yeah, but the thing is, if they do get, I think even surviving one day, it was going to be difficult. Like even
Absolutely.
if they come with 11 wickets in hand on day 5,
Yeah.
10 wickets in hand, sorry, they're gonna find it difficult.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think unless I can be completely wrong because I thought the Gabba, there's no way they're gonna chase that. I thought they're gonna lose that game, forget draw that game. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not writing this Indian team off. They're gonna fight. You saw Ashwin and Sundar also fighting. Pujara and Pant also fought, so they will fight. But yeah, I think just the runs on the board is getting is too much pressure, and the pitch is starting to assist. And England are playing really bowling really well, very disciplined lines and lengths. And yeah, I think Leach as well. He got smashed by Pant. His economy was 5.5.
Yeah,
When Pant was batting, his economy was like 9.
yeah.
He was getting a taste of the IPL. Like I think, like it was a good kind of thing for him. Like so but he pulled back his line in length. He was getting the ball to spit off the pitch.
Yeah.
That Jafra catch, it was off Leach's bowling. A couple of reviews also went against him, so he's starting to get his mojo back. And I think in the fourth innings, both him and Bess will be very threatening in India's last innings.
Absolutely. I think out of the 90 overs, they'll probably bowl the 60, 65 at least minimum.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's gonna be
100%.
hard. It's gonna be hard for the Indians. So that's the hope, is that that Washi and Ash can kind of go on as long as they possibly can. Just try to extend out, minimize the lead as much as possible, so that it gives England that little bit more to do in their second innings. So we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be I mean, it's 80-20 in my opinion towards an English
Yeah.
win. But let's see how it goes. I mean, some interesting couple days left ahead. Yeah, any last thoughts?
Yeah, I think going forward, there's, like both of us will have to keep this in mind. What we think the pitches are going to be now after this,
Yeah,
because this was
yeah,
more of like a toss kind of win the toss and
absolutely.
bat first. Yes, India could have done much better with the ball, but at the same time, it was brilliant to bat on. So, what will India do? In the second, third, fourth test, will they
Yeah,
switch to ranked turners? Will they continue this and just try to play better cricket? Because they bounced back in Australia, so they can do it at home as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how the pitches go. But credit to England, I think right now favorites. They will probably go on to win this test. And yeah, it's going to be a very tough series, and it sets up for a brilliant like next few games.
100%. I mean, looking forward to what's remaining of this test, and what's there to come in the series. I mean, it's gonna be an incredible series. I mean, we all expected England to kind of suffer, but I think that they're making India suffer right now. So this is incredible from England. But don't write this Indian side off. I mean, it's going to be they've always, when their backs are against the wall, they've always I mean, not always, but in the recent past, that they've come out shining. So let's see how that goes.
Lakshman Dravid partnership needed in the
by
next
by
innings.
Washi and Ash should be grateful.
But
Let's
yeah,
see how
you
it goes. But
yeah,
yeah,
but you're right. I won't write this team off right now because I did that a lot in Australia and it didn't work out. So
yeah,
yeah, advantage England, but India will be hoping for a miracle and some fight.
yeah, absolutely. Yep, we will catch you after day 4. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Take care. Enjoy the game.
Yep, take care.